Hopefully that should be up and running. Just send a message out to everyone, let them know, and then we'll get into it. Hi, Nope. Hello, how you going? So SuperCoach is open for those that have gold, which is great. I have not played around with many of the pre-team pickers this year or anything like that, so it'll be fun to kind of do this from scratch and then see how it evolves over the preseason, because I'm sure it'll change a lot as we find out a lot of things about rookies and whatnot, and which of the more speculative picks that we kind of like end up being good or bad. Um, what I might try and do is bring up this cheat sheet as well that I did, and there was a video on it. Oh, it's kind of insert some columns so this pops out a bit. To see, like, just to double check these and make sure if they're good options or not. Like, I know Whitfield, for example, is a mid only, so he's kind of crossed out. I think Perryman's a mid only, so he's crossed out. Wilmot, almost forgot about him. Although I'm not sure if he still gets a role with McKenna anymore, who wasn't on this list at all. So anyway, let's jump in, have a look. If you've got suggestions as we go, we can talk about them. I don't necessarily know if there's going to be like a ton of analysis on all these picks, but we'll see how we go. And then I might do like a proper video later once this is settled. So I think Dawson's probably my first premium pick in defense. Loved him all last year. He got better as the year went on, and the role kind of settled, and they put more ball through him. So don't see any reason why he wouldn't at least maintain that, if not improve. But I think where I'm going to start is probably just down the bottom with like what are the picks I like down here in the rookie range, or like the least of value range. So we talked about Wilmot, but I don't think it's going to be one because of McKenna. Will Gould is forever funny as a pick, and Dean. Oh, Constable could be a pick if he gets a role this year. Chester should be one that was meant to get a debut last year but got injured, so playing a wing, I'm guessing. Bergman could be a good pick. Weddle could be a pick. Buslinger, maybe. McKenna's a pick. Ginby could be, or Jinby could be a pick. Goda could be a pick as well. Oh, I've already filled up the team with rookies. Okay, that's good. There's lots of like rookie options down in defense. Yeah, Goda was good in the game we played last year. So maybe it's like that. We'll take out Gould. Maybe only one of Gould or Dean gets a game. And then what were the cheap options? Yo? Did I have Yo? I had Yo as mid only. So, I mean, I think he's a defender this year. So if he is 330-ish, yeah, 337. I think that has to be considered. He's got 100 in the past. If he plays off half back, it's pretty exciting. Even if he plays mid, it's pretty exciting. Just got to be healthy. I should probably chuck in another premium. I could see all of these first three go higher. I could see Doherty go higher. Or at least maintain. Brayshaw I liked if he's a mid-only pick again. He's still got value. Otherwise, this like next range of like Redmond and Young is kind of interesting. And Dacos as well. I don't know if I'll start more than one of those. What do I have here? Brayshaw, Dawson. Let's see what Jones is priced at. 228. It's very cheap. I mean, he's never really scored that much in the past. Williams. It's cheap. Yeah, like maybe Dean comes out as well, or Ginby comes out. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's start with that. Quickly check chat to see if there's any dissenters. No, no one dissenting. All right, that's good. Although, knowing Discord, they're probably like talking SHIT in there. All right. Mids. I think the first pick mid for me is probably Steele. Just he's a steal at that price. That's bad. I'm sure I won't be the first or last to say. Will Brody, thankfully, not an option this year. I like LDU. I like Tom Green. There's like some value options. Yeah, Perryman's mid only. Who did we have in here? Oh, Hopper was like really obvious one. That's like should be one of the first, I think, goes into the team. Kano I won't pick. Yo, Sheed. Oh, let's see what Sheed's price is. 332. It's not as attractive. Cox is injured again. Cunnington is not that cheap. I believe. Yeah, 419. Touched. Phillips. Where's Phillips? Will Phillips is 158. So if he gets games, it's probably worth considering. Anderson. Fill up all these mids. I'll take them all out in a second. And where's Warner? Let's check what the prices are. Yeah, okay. A little bit more expensive, I think, than what we eyeballed beforehand. Oh, Titch. Oh, apologies. I think I'm getting sick. Tom Mitchell, 528. He's like, yeah. Fiorini, 360. It's a good price. But he didn't move teams, probably won't play. Finn McRae, I think, is a forward, so we'll look at that. McRae, I'm not really sure about. Walsh is injured. Parrish is potentially an option. Then Dunkley's a forward, so it's pretty good. All right. So who am I taking of this top rung if I have to? It's probably not Neil. It might be Miller. Probably not Mills. I don't think it's Brayshaw either. I don't think he's an option this year. Laird, I wouldn't go back to. Of the top two, I'd probably pick Oliver if I had to pick one, but I'll probably shy away from both. Neil, I don't think is a good option with Dunkley, so maybe it's like Took. So let's take out these and put in Took. Take out you as well. Is there anyone else here? Simpkins, very cheap, but no. Who have we got for rookies? Oh, what did I love? Ed was talking about Hollands should be getting games for Carlton, even though he's an outside player, so I guess consider that. Mackenzie probably gets games. Sardis maybe, Wardlaw maybe. Yeah, Cox is cheap, but unfortunately already having injuries again. And Ashcroft is one that we start. Might come back with what I do with the rest of that midfield. Just really not a lot in there, is there? Okay, Rux. I've got no idea what I'm doing with Rux. I'll probably start Marshall and I'll come back to this line as well. Maybe like Meek, who I don't mind as an option. What did I have in here? Yeah, I mean, Gorn and Grundy kind of ruined each other as options. English, Lysette, Naismith. I think is Naismith being delisted. Yep. McNewy. No. Cherry. Cameron maybe is an option. He's forward as well. Oh, Strawn has like this talk that he beats out Rob maybe for the ruck role this year. No idea. It's probably not Wits, even though he should get a better endurance base this year. Give him some upside. Well, this does not look good. This does not look good. Why set off injury? Probably not. Draper breakout? Probably not. Won't be Reeves with Meek there. Oh, this is so bad. Yikes. All right. Are any of these rookies going to get a game is the question. Because I'd rather start someone makes money than a loophole. Always have. No, I don't think I will. I mean, maybe start. No, no, no. Oh, this is bad. Oh, rucks are so bad. Okay. Forwards. At least there's lots of stuff in the forward line I know I want. So Dunkley, I want Rosie. I probably want more. I want Taranto. Unfortunately, Himmelberg looks like he's going to play forward, so I don't really want him. There were lots of cheaper mid-price options too from memory. Where are they at? Oh, we had Ben King, didn't we? And McLean. Let's have a look. King is cheap. McLean is cheap. What else was in here? Oh, 5. Oh, where's Allen? Let's have a look. Is it 210 forward? Okay. That's an alternative to King. Wow, he's actually like cheaper than what I had too. Okay. Bruce, what's Bruce priced at? 160. That's so cheap, but he might not get a game this year. That's kind of scary. Fantasia, it's 2 or 3. Wow, there's so many cheap options. That's wild. Aaron Thomas, 295, but not even sure he gets games. Oh, I could see us loading up on a lot of the more expensive rookies. Are there cheap options? Where's where I can find Joe Richards, a mature age recruit that is ready to play. So maybe he's one. Oh, Finn McRae for the laughs. Forward line's really hard this year. Like there's going to be lots of good value options in there. Let's quickly check the old chat. Nope. Okay. Clearly, not too many thoughts. Just people absorbing this interesting looking team. How much have I got left? 1 mil. So something I used up a lot. All right. If I hit save, it should sort everything automatically. I guess I spent a lot in the forward line. Like maybe you're not running 4, you're just running 3 and a mid-pricer. I probably don't want to run both LDU and Green either. It's probably like one or the other. Or one of them and Mitchell. I think going cheaper in defense might be good with the number of good rookies that we've got. It's very West Coast heavy, which is kind of weird. Why can't I swap? Okay. Uh, I'm really unsure about who else I want in this team. I'd like to fill out a couple more rookies here, and then I'll see how much cash I've got left. Could Warner get games? Maybe. Unlikely. Oh, Matt Johnson, he should get games. He's good. Well, actually, saying he should get games is probably a bit rushed because they've obviously got a fair bit coming into that side. Oh, maybe Bytel gets games. All right. Let's pick a premium here. So I don't think it's gone. I'm too worried about like Grundy and him getting on the age. I actually think that they are going to try and manage him throughout the year a bit better. So he's also a better forward of the two, even though he can't kick amazing. But yeah. Wits, I don't know. English obviously has like more upside at this price, so maybe it's English. Darcy, I think it's a bit hard to pick with Jackson, even though like ultimately Jackson didn't scoring that much. It did a little bit. There's definitely upside in Darcy, just given how slow he started last year. In the midfield should be getting better. We'll just pick a freebie one for now. That one's got DPP, so there we go. All right, 132k left. Where would I spend it? It's definitely going to be upgrading one of these mids. Maybe I'll take an LD for now. Can't get in Oliver, which is who I would like ideally. But I've paid up for a lot of rookies that I probably won't need to pay up for. Alright, so let's do that. And just pick a different mid rookie. Throw in anyone. Yeah, sure. Even though he's probably not playing games. I don't know. Maybe the other option is like, this is Cameron. Given that he's going to be full ruck for the year, there's at least value in his price. Definitely deeper on the midfield side. I could probably like get out of Yo now if I wanted to. So, please order it properly, thank you. I don't think there'll be anyone at this price point that I want. So I'm already looking at then how do I trade off or like get out of some of these more expensive rookies for cheaper ones and then put in another defender. I don't know. Maybe it's not Mackenzie or Hollins, it's 123k. Sure, Warner's getting games now. Let's go. Oh, I still don't want anyone really at this price point, but like you could put in a Redman. Do I like that more? I could put in like Dacos, which I think will be a popular pick. Alright, maybe that's it for now. This is like a reasonable enough first draft. So let's see, what have I kind of done sleepwalking this without too much thought? So definitely trying to go more value than what you would see in other years. These are two value options. This is a value option. This is kind of a value option. These are both value picks. I think there's probably a lot of value in here. Interestingly, like the rookies don't look that bad in defense or forward this year. It looks like there's definitely like higher priced, but lots of good options it seems for the most part. So, which is a little bit tough because I think we've also got better defender and forward premiums this year, or like value options as well. So, in years these gone by, these have been really tough. They look a little bit better this year, I would say. Rucks look really lost at the moment. That's going to have to be a big one on the preseason watch. The mids are a little bit tricky this year, it feels like, because I don't find outside of Steel there's as many obvious options coming off the start. It looks like there's lots of potentially really good options. A few traps in there. But okay, I think like ultimately this is not a bad first draft. Let's have a look, see if there's any thoughts on it. Oh my god. Okay, chat's come through all of a sudden. That's so weird. So I was looking at there's completely none, and now there's lots. Okay. Can you turn up the micros at my end? It was probably me not having this anywhere close to my face. All right. Stuart or Dacos. Yeah, I think these both like reasonable options. I got Dacos in there now. Bont's a good mid option, I think. English DC offer Rux. Yeah, English. Like I think English is still in consideration. He's obviously got some of the highest upside, and with the way the dogs play, and still no competition for ruck spot, and like probably more potential to be a keeper than Cameron as well. Luke Jackson, I will like not consider it in any way whatsoever. Old Obi at 465, unless he's taking over Darcy's spot and Darcy's not playing. Blitz not an option. Shrek, I turn off the stream. Sorry, Anno. Yeah, Meek Bailey Walsh, I do think is an interesting option. The problem is just like not that much value in him. He's only 30k more for Cameron, who's like proved more last year. Ben King, Toby McLean, and possibly Josh Corbett. Yeah. Like there's so many good forward options that are going to be best 22. I mean, Corbett may not be, but yeah, these other ones all like really good. And maybe I ultimately have to cut another one of those primos to fit in one of these types. But this all looks like much easier than some other years now. Brent Daniels is so free. Is he? We can't look at what his like previous history is. Hold on, let's see if I can get some of this up. Only problem with the limited team picker. All right, I mean his highest average is 66 before. Yeah, he's not that free. I guess it's like not that different to like a Ben King or someone though. Five for some early cash gen. I mean, yeah, I think Fife is definitely still for consideration here. Like Fife and Yo are going to have to be considered, I think. There's a lot around that 300k though range, which is a little bit sketchy. But I think all of them can get to 450 quite easily. Thoughts on Griffin Logue? I mean, I like Griffin Logue as a player. I don't think he's going to be a super coach option though. 410 already, so he'd have to go premium level. And even Gibson, who the talk is, he's going to turn him into an all-Australian player like Gibson. Gibson wasn't a top 6 defender in those years, so, or even like a top 10. Darcy Cam's got to be R2, right? Yeah, maybe Confell, maybe. Taranto bait and SuperCoach, I feel, with so many value options this year. I mean, this is definitely the hard thing with Taranto is that he played a lot of forward last year, so there's a lot more that he can score with midfield only role. The problem is he's moving to not the friendliest system when it comes to SuperCoach scoring in the Tigers. But he should be able to go 100, and he's priced at what, like 84 or something? What was his average? Oh, 90. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like there's probably 9-10 points upside, I think. I don't know if he's bait, but I mean, yeah, his disposal efficiency hasn't been the best, and he's going to a system where that isn't a negative for their game plan, but if they allow him just to keep butchering it, then maybe it's a problem for SuperCoach.
Dylan Moore to Oscar Allen and Josh Goder to Sinclair. Yeah, you could do that. Depends on if you want to start with more premiums or more value. Thoughts on Tucker? Let's have a look where Tucker's even placed. Mid forward. Okay. I mean, I don't hate Tucker as an option. I think it was someone we even looked at last preseason with talk that he might be getting inside mid role. Probably comes down to where North are playing him. Those that were they had a intra-club today. So any watchers or those who've been checking out the North board might be able to tell where Tucker played and how he did. I think the issue is his highest Supercoach score ever is something like a mid 70s, and he's priced at 50, so he'd have to get a really good role and be consistent. Oh, Tucker's currently injured, so there you go. No Tucker. Back out. Thoughts on Butters? Yeah, Butters is another forward option, especially if he plays mid, that you could consider over some of these other guys for sure. Problem is he's like a lot of injury history now. A lot of injury history. Carl Amon is not really someone I'd be considering. You've got other options at the 500k price mark in the mids that I just think are better. He's not going to be playing on ball, so Newcomb. Do you see Newcomb taking another big step more so than some of these other 500k players? Not for me. Oh, this camera is playing up. It's like completely lost its focus, even though it should be on auto. Strange. Oh, Tucker's not even running yet, so that's it's probably a no. Personally, going with LDU Tom Green in the midfield. Too much value not to abuse. How much is Draper? Draper's cheap. He's like 370, I think. 390. There you go. 400. 400 on the dot. Merritt is like what 617. So Merritt started slow a number of years in the row and then come out better. I think the like in the second half, and that's where he's been a good value pick. I just like what's Brad Scott's game plan going to be? Where's he going to fit in? Uh, who is going to be on ball this year? I mean, like we didn't even mention like really talk about like Sardis could be a rookie pick as well, depending on where he goes. You got Hobbs. What is he a forward? He could get more time on ball, but he's probably too expensive. Perkins is the other one that could break out as a pure on ball this year. Draper is too expensive when others are so much better at 500k. Yeah, I mean, I think you even look at Cameron for 460 and what he was able to prove out, then yeah, it's pretty tough. But if you're looking at someone like Meek, maybe you consider Draper instead. I don't know. This is a bit of a mess this year. Early days, I could see myself starting English, maybe Darcy, Marshall, Cameron, Meek. That's like the five. Maybe Cherry. If Goldie for some reason doesn't play this year, not sure. Actually, I guess if like Goldie's not playing round one, then maybe Cherry's an easy pick. Nick Caulfield. Oh yes, I mean Caulfield and like what Hunter Clark as well. Caulfield's 208k. That's very cheap. It should be yeah, yeah. And then oh, that's this isn't Chad Warner. This is Corey Warner. This is the other Warner. They're both C Warner. Yeah. If you could get Chad for 123k, you'd be flying. Andrew McPherson. Where is he? Oh, yep. Okay. That's another option. There's so many good, cheaper options. Really makes me think like maybe Guns and Rookie is the right approach. Oh, it's just jokes. All right, well, you got me. Who else haven't I looked at? Bose. Does he get a good roll? 277k, he could be reasonable as well. Okay. Well, I think that's everything. If there's any last questions, get them in because I'm about to turn this thing off. This is just quick stream during the lunch break. I've got to get back to work. I might do a proper video at the end of the week or over the weekend or something like that, kind of talking through the team a little bit more. Do you think Dylan Moore is worth more than his price? Yeah, I think so. Because he played forward a lot, and then when he was in the midfield, he scored like over 100. So there's probably 5 to 10 points upside in that. Have I looked at Connor McKenna? I mean, McKenna's one of the first picked, I think, at 167k. It's just a ridiculous price for what he's able to produce. I'm assuming that he's going to get a role as a rebounding half back. But even if he's playing more forward, which I know was his aspirations when he left Essendon anyway, then it should be good money of that, and you can eventually swap him forward anyway. Yeah, I still don't know about this Oliver pick. This is a lot of money to pay for someone. You know you're going to lose value on this. So that might be one I'd consider moving off. All right, well, thanks everyone for joining me. It's very exciting that the team picker is open and we finally got some like real SuperCoach to analyze and look at. So yeah, like super excited about that. Hope you guys are too, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.